Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nirmal Bhagan. Hiral Datia. We have with us Ria Singh, technical analyst, currencies joining in. Ria, firstly, let's start off with what's happening in terms of the pound. Clearly, the kind of up move that we are seeing, that's something the pound has, snapped as well. What's the sense that you pick up on that one?
Hello, Hiral. See, the pound was gaining with the traction that there will be some positivity that will come out from the UK and EU talks with respect to the Brexit that is going on. And today we are already on October 1st, and tomorrow will be the last day of the talks. Uh, Plus, after the whole pound working on the pandemic progression, it did snap to the happening of with respect to the Brexit. There were news that they were coming to terms, but unfortunately, the drop that we saw today uh, was that the differences between UK and EU have failed. They haven't come to a common ground yet. They aren't able to strike a deal between them. So what will happen if such a round of talks will not come to any conclusion? The risk of EU sending in with the legal notice will be is threatening the pound stability as well as the strength of the currency right now. So for the first step in a legal process that will result in a lawsuit at the EU Court of Justice. So the European Commission will send the formal letter of notice for the UK breaching the term of withdrawal agreement if no common ground is reached, and this decision will be taken on Thursday. So if this happens, there will be a further downside that will happen in the pound. The same sentiment was reflected in today's session as well, where it did open on a very good note with a gap up, but unfortunately was not able to sustain the same once these news and risk hovered the market sentiment.
Right. So overall, Ria, with that as well, if you see the dollar, that's losing momentum. Do you think that's something which is going to continue till the time we have elections coming in, or is this, I mean, what are the levels we should be watching out for?
Yeah, I think the downside in the dollar is short term. Yes, it will be till the result of the November elections comes into focus. The other thing that weighing on the, dollar is the round of fiscal measures that is in the talks and in the House pending for a vote right now. But if another round of fiscal measures, which the market is hoping for, will come around, will definitely weigh on the strength of the dollar index. So that is one thing to look out for. The other is a short there has been a wildfires on the west coast of US, California, Oregon and Washington. If these wildfires progresses much more, it will definitely weigh on the economy, which is already in downturn with the pandemic. So the monthly numbers will get affected with respect to the unemployment, daily wages. Though it will be a short term, but we will see some downside that will happen. Around 0.7 percentage on the GDP could be affected with respect to these wildfires. So the cost that is estimated is around $25 billion. I think this is another factor that will weigh on the dollar in a very short term. Though there is new jobs creation, and there is uh, 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 the previous numbers have been quite good, so it will provide some support. But I think dollar index will remain a bit under the pressure. It is a very short term correction, and I don't see it going below 90 even. So 90 to 96 is something the range that will work for the dollar index in the coming days.
Right. So that's with regards to where the dollar is concerned, Ria. Moving away, We've seen good gains coming in on the Indian rupee today. What's the reason why we did see such a move in terms of where the Indian rupee goes? And do you think this trend is something which could continue?
Uh, Yes, so I think the major positivity came in from the bond market actually. The government left its borrowing plan for the second half of the fiscal year unchanged. So this has brought in relief for the bond market, which was already under quite a stress. So what will happen if the borrowing plan continues? This means that government will have more money with itself to put into the economy back, to put into the various projects that that it has started, and they are doing so on the expectation of improved receipts. So that is one factor that that the market will await the improvement in these receipts. Also, there was a central bank operation twist that was there today of around 100 billion rupees of bonds. So this is another factor that has worked in into the appreciation of the rupee. We were already expecting, yesterday with the crude oil prices falling in the second session, and even today being under pressure. So there was some expectation that the rupee will be gaining in today's session, and it did happen with the gap down that we saw in the first half of the session. So yes, with respect to whether it will continue the gains, I think we were, the view was quite clear. Even in the previous sessions, we had discussed that rupee will be, will remain a sell on the higher highs rather buy on the dips. So we did see it not breaching its immediate resistance of 74, 74.10. The coming days, the market will look out for the policy which was due to today. But what will happen with the policy that the RBI will come out with, whether whether the rate will be paused, whether there is a persistent high inflation, various aspect of the policy will be measured into the rupee momentum for the coming days. Whether there will be a potential support in terms of fiscal measures that will help the bond market or improve further, improve the sentiment of the bond market. So yes, this is another factor that will weigh on the rupee. But I think for the coming days, it may gain or short term on a short term there can be some depreciation, but rupee will remain sell on the higher highs.
Right. And any strategies that you would want to share?
I think today the momentum that it has closed at around 73.35. Again, if it opens on a positive note, around you get the levels of 73.66, 73.55. That will again be a very good level to go short into the pair. In case that doesn't happen, 73 to 73.25 put looks very attractive. You can either go naked with the put, or you can definitely go bare pulls, bare put spread with buying 73.35 and selling of 73.50 put in order to lower your net premium. So this is one strategy that you can go for into the rupee. Sell it from the higher highs, or go for a bare put spread, or you can definitely go for a 73.25 put for a riskier trade. The second strategy that one can look out for is obviously the pound is under traction. Any positive momentum around above 95 can lead the pair to retrace some of its gain, but a breach of 94.75 can again lead the pair towards 94 levels. So play with the levels in pound right now. I think euro will gain into the coming session. It did fall today on the back of strong momentum into the rupee, and a bit of the Brexit news. But if you see the momentum of the international pair against the dollar in compared with the pound, it has been able to, it has been able to provide support to itself as compared to the pound. The fall was not as much. Uh, so I think euro can gain traction in the evening session. in the international markets. So I think one can definitely go for a buy into the euro. So above 86.35 will definitely be a good level to go long into the pair for a target of 86.50, 86.66 for the coming session.
Right. All right, Shreya. Thank you for sharing the strategies and the views as well. And we will speak to you next week. And thank you, participants, as well.
Thank you, Iran.